Hello YouTube, it's your boy GZTV back with another video, and we are here with the fourth episode of The Sopranos. We have Meadowlands. This is going to be the final video of the day. Again, like I said in my weekly track roundup, I really wanted to just wrap up this weekend, get my videos together so I can kind of do other stuff to end the day, kind of get some content prepared. And yeah, we're going to talk about kind of what happened. Obviously, we're going to talk about how people feel about the show right now. It's usually a pretty short form, or these videos usually aren't that long. It's not that I don't care about the show. You know, obviously, like my Ozark reviews would usually be like 12 minutes. But, yeah, I don't know. This show's pretty to the point. I mean, the episodes are less than 50 minutes long, whereas a lot of the other TV shows I watch are damn near an hour. So, yeah, getting into it, so Tony becomes increasingly paranoid over his sessions with Dr. Melfi, especially after seeing Silvio leaving a dentist's office opposite her suite. So, like, some of his guys are, like, going to the same office. It's like a medical center type of thing. It has, like, a little bit of everything. And he's getting concerned because this is supposed to be, like, confidential. No one's supposed to, like, he's a mob boss. Like, if people figure out that he's seeing this therapist, and it's a pride thing, you know? You gotta be a man. It's, like, a masculine thing. I don't know. It's interesting. But, I don't know. Sorry. I lost track. Okay. But, it's also becoming attracted to Melfi, and his corrupt police detective Vin Makazian secretly follow her so he knows, like, what she does with her life, which is fucking creepy. Makazian, who owes Tony money from gambling, assumes Melfi is Tony's mistress. It's like the guy he's having an affair with. He hasn't really had a relationship with her yet, but obviously he's starting to, like, gain feelings for her. So when he sees her with a date, he pulls the pair over, then assaults and arrests the man for no reason. There's no, like, cause for this. Like, oh, we saw this car leaving a homicide scene, which they didn't. It's obviously just a lie. Tony is beginning to consider quitting therapy, but Carmela, under the impression that Tony's therapist is male, insists he continue or risk their marriage. It's really funny because throughout the entire show so far, Tony has said that the therapist is a guy. Because if it's a girl, then Carmela obviously gets weirded out, gets suspicious of things going on, and yeah, so he can't say it's a girl. It's a really interesting dynamic there every time they have a conversation about his therapy. So Christopher is scared after his mock's execution leaves him in a neck brace. Like, he got roughed up pretty damn good. He becomes more unnerved when he and Adriana discover Brendan's body. They realize they've killed Brendan because of something. We don't know what it is, but it's something. So assuming that Tony is punishing him for giving speed to Meadow, he angrily confronts her. She assures him she has not told anyone. Why would she tell her dad? She'd be a dead man walking if she told her dad. I mean, she knows that her dad's a mob boss. She knows that he can take extreme measures. And if she tells him that she's been taking cocaine from one of his guys, it's bad for both of them. It's like, she knows better. So, after finding that Uncle Junior and Mikey are responsible, Christopher's inflamed and wants revenge. He's pissed. Like, he's really fucking angry with this, of course. Tony orders Christopher to stand down because Mikey is a made man, and then assaults Mikey himself. He gets pissed at him. A made man pretty much means, like, you're fully into the mafia. Like, that's what that means, like, in gang culture. Like, a made man, like, this is a guy that's got everyone around him, you know? So if you hurt him or something, yeah. He then confronts Junior, Tony does, who rejects an offer of compromise and tells him he should come heavy with a gun for his next visit or not at all. Because if things go south, Tony, you're going to want to fucking defend yourself or something. So the prospect of war with Junior looms large for Tony, especially after Jackie, the DeMeo family's acting boss, dies without a clear successor. It's really interesting. Does he give it to Uncle Junior? Do they kill Uncle Junior and give it to Tony Soprano? These are situations. These are the choices that are going to define Tony Soprano in this show and make this show such an important one. So Tony has the backing of other DeMeo capos, but seeks a diplomatic resolution with his uncle. He doesn't want any problems. This is his relative at the end of the day. Even if they're beefing over some, like, product or something, Doesn't matter, it's his uncle, obviously. So, after some unwitting inspiration from Melfi about giving the elderly the illusion of control, Tony cedes the leadership of the family to Junior in exchange for his uncle's income-earning properties and contracts, so war within the family is avoided while Junior becomes the primary target for federal investigations. It's kind of a win-win, you know. Tony doesn't have to worry about being like prosecuted or like chased by authorities, and also he doesn't have to worry about killing a family member. So yeah. So content with his decision, Tony opts to remain in therapy. So AJ scuffles with a physically bigger classmate, Jeremy Piacosta. This is another kind of storyline that's happening in the background of this whole ordeal. AJ's obviously Sopranos' son. Jeremy backs down from a second formal fight and pays AJ compensation for a shirt that was torn in the scuffle. And AJ doesn't know why. AJ's baffled by this. He's completely confused. Like, why the hell would this kid just back out? It's not like I'm this big bully of the school and I just go around hurting people. But AJ is going to soon figure out who his father is. And this is a super interesting moment. This is super pivotal for the show. You know, AJ finding out what his dad does. So yeah, Meadow explains that Jeremy was not intimidated by AJ, but by Tony's reputation as a mobster. And again, AJ does not realize that his dad's a mobster. He doesn't realize he's a part of one of the biggest gangs in the world. So Tony had coincidentally run into Jeremy's father the day before at a plant nursery. Tony was friendly but happened to be holding an axe, and Jeremy's father quickly and nervously backed away. People know what this guy's responsible for. People know what he's doing. That's why they're backing away and they're super hesitant to talk to him or form any sort of connections, because he knows at any moment the mob could snake them out. Like, it's so, like, the Soprano family has such an edge, has such a powerful advantage, leverage over fucking anyone because of this. Like, because their dad's just so powerful, you know. Meadow rhetorically asks AJ how many other garbage men live in a house as expensive as theirs, and shows him a mafia-themed website. Obviously, AJ was kind of denying it. I can't speak right now. Denying it at first. He's like, no way, this guy's a mob boss. Like, that can't happen. So at Jackie's funeral, Meadow gives AJ a knowing look and nods in the direction of the federal agents taking pictures. It's like, yeah, these people are under federal fire because they're a part of a mob. Like, what other waste management people would be followed around by the FBI? Many elements of Meadowlands worked. I mean, it's a bit of a step down in some elements, I will say. The subplot involving AJ was pretty pointless, playing out as a sort of miniature version of the Tony and Junior conflict, and ending much the same way. I mean, at the same time, though, you can kind of see the art in that. You can kind of see the creativeness from the show creators and kind of having those two storylines kind of parallel with each other. But yeah, I don't know. The overall episode's a pretty good summation of many of the things the show is going to be interested in going forward. It's dope. I mean, the resolution of the Tony and Junior conflict was an elegant solution and a great indicator of what a savvy tactician Tony is and how smart he is in this field and with the gangs and stuff. He knows how to make the right moves for his own group's sake, The final scene of Meadowlands was great. I mean, it's a strong way to end an episode that's been all about the crumbling walls between Tony's work and home lives. Because again, he's suppressed this lifestyle from his son. And obviously he's tried with his daughter, and I don't even know if he knows that his daughter knows. Sorry, that was kind of like a tongue twister, but yeah, his whole family pretty much knows. He tried to tell them it's waste management, but they're all over the news. These are guys he's connected with. It's kind of hard for him to hide that lifestyle. But I'm really interested to keep watching this show. It just keeps getting better and better. I know some people have their doubts about this episode, but I really enjoyed it. So I don't really have much to say. I'm trying to think. What are some other storylines that could be chased? Obviously, Uncle Junior, seeing him become the boss, that's going to be a really interesting thing. Some of the moves he makes, how people kind of take that decision from Tony, how they kind of receive it, and yeah. But leave a like, comment, subscribe. It's GZTV, as always, reviewing the best TV shows out there. We've done Breaking Bad, Better Call Saul, The Walking Dead. We've done Ozark. We've done a little bit of every show. Now we're doing The Sopranos. I'm thinking of doing Game of Thrones after this. Obviously, we have a long way to go. But yeah, I gotta go just get some laundry done, get some stuff done.